Okay. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin with a quick bhajan. It's already time today. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jaya गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना व्रजगणना यशोदानंदना जय जनरंजन यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा चारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन यशोदा यमुनतीरा जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनार्दना गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना व्रजनंदन यशोदानंदन यमुनतीरा मनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा Hare Krishna. Yeah, so let's begin with the class. Mm. So Kunti Stuti continuing from verse 31. Another one or two classes maximum. We'll be finishing Kunti Stuti and we will be moving to Dhruv Maharaj prayers. Okay. So Dhruv Maharaj prayers is even more interesting. Everything is very interesting. Uh, yeah. So verse number 31 is where 30 is where we stopped in the last class. So yeah. गोप्या ददे त्वयि कृतागसि धाम तावत् ये ते याते दशाश्रु कलिनाञ्जना सम्भ्रमाक्षम् वक्त्रं निनीय भयभवनाय तस्य सा मां विमोयति भीरपि यद्भिवेति My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflowed with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes, and you were afraid through fear personified. Though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. So we were talking about bewildering, right? In the last class, we were discussing Krishna works but doesn't work, right? He takes birth, but he's at the same time unborn, Aja, right? He is among animals. He takes the form among animals, but he is not an animal, right? So a lot of things are bewildering the humankind. So over here also, when Yashoda Mata is running behind Krishna with a stick, definitely Krishna is Jagatpati, Jagadeshwara, right? He is Jagannath, Lord of the universe. How can somebody hit him with a stick, right? So this is again bewildering. Okay, can anybody read the puppet quickly? Can you unmute and read? Anybody?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Here is another explanation of the bewilderment created by the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the supreme in all circumstances. As already explained, here is a specific example of the Lord's being the supreme, and at the same time they are playing in the presence of his pure devotees. The Lord's pure devotees renders service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only. And while discharging such devotional service, the pure devotee forgets is the position of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord also accepts the loving service of his devotees more religiously when the service is rendered spontaneously out of pure affection without anything of reverential admiration. Generally, the Lord is worshipped by the devotees in a reverential attitude, but the Lord is particularly pleased when the devotees, out of pure affection and love, considers the Lord to be less important than himself. The Lord's pastimes in the original abode of the Goloka Vrindavana are exchanged in that spirit. The friends of Krishna consider him one of them. They do not consider him to be the reverential importance. The parents of the Lord, that is, who are all pure devotees, consider him a child only. The Lord accepts the chastisements of the parents more cheerfully than the prayers of the Vedic hymns. Similarly, he accepts the reproaches of his fiancés more palatably than the Vedic hymns. When the Lord Krishna was present in his material world to manifest his eternal pastimes of the transcendental realm of the Goloka Vrindavana as an attraction for the people in general. He displayed a unique picture of subordination before his foster mother, Yashoda. The Lord, in his naturally childish playful activities, used to spoil the stocked butter of Mother Yashoda by breaking the pots and distributing the contents of to his friends and playmates, including the celebrated monkeys of Vrindavana, who took the advantage of the Lord's munificence. munificence. Mother Yashoda saw this, and out of her pure love, she wanted to make a show of punishment for her transcendental child. She took a rope and threatened the Lord that she would tie him up, as is generally done in the ordinary household. Seeing the rope in the hands of Mother Yashoda, the Lord bowed down his head and began to weep just like a child, and tears fell down his cheeks, washing of the black ointment smeared about his beautiful eyes. The picture of the Lord is adored by Kunti Devi because he is conscious of the Lord's supreme position. He is feared often by fear personified, yet he is afraid of his mother, who wanted to punish him in an ordinary manner. Kunti was conscious of the exalted position of the Krishna, whereas Yashoda was not. Therefore, Yashoda's position was more exalted than Kunti's. Mother Yashoda got the Lord as her child, and Lord made her forget altogether that her child was the Lord himself. If Mother Yashoda has been conscious of the exalted position of the Lord, she would certainly have hesitated, hesitated to punish the Lord. But she was made to forget the situation because the Lord wanted to make a complete picture of childishness before the affectionate Yashoda. This exchange of love between mother and the son was performed in a natural way, and Kunti, remembering the scene, was bewildered, and she could do nothing but praise the transcendental material love. Indirectly, Mother Yashoda is praised for her unique position of love, for she could control even the powerful Lord as her beloved child. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So anybody knows what is Damodar Leela? So here we talk about Damodar Leela, right? In short, anybody can explain what happens in Damodar Leela?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dhanvat Pranam.
Two sons of Kubera, Manigriva and Hayagriva. Yes, were
Nalakuvara.
very Nalakuvara and Manigriva.
Yeah.
Were very proud, and they were not caring anybody, and they were always intoxicated and with girls. One day they were playing in water with girls who were naked and all. That time Narada Maharshi was passing that way. But these two boys, they did not care for Narada Maharshi. So Narada Maharshi cursed them to become trees, and they become two Yamala Arjuna trees. And they asked him, they realized their mistake and asked him when they can be, when they can come out of the curse. Then Narada Maharshi told, when you see Lord Krishna, you can come out of this curse. So these two, the trees were there in Nanda Maharaja's palace. And one day, Krishna was very hungry, and Yashodama was feeding him. That time the milk kept on the stove was boiling. So she left him and went to take care of the milk. Krishna got very angry, and he went and broke Yashoda Maiya's pot, and he took the pot outside and gave the butter to the monkeys and all. When Yashodama returned, she saw him playing all this mischief. So she wanted to chastise him, and so she tried to tie him up with a rope. However, she tried, the rope was less by 2 inches. At last, Krishna saw his mother so tired and fatigued, sweat coming on her forehead and all. So he allowed her to tie her. Then she tied him to a motor and left him there. Then Krishna started moving with the motor and went and stood between these two trees. And he pulled the motor further, and the trees fell down, and these two were liberated. They then prayed to Krishna, and that they knew, they were aware of their mistake, and Krishna blessed them. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much. So we heard the entire Damodar Leela, right? Very well explained. Hare Krishna. And what do you think is very bewildering here? Anybody? What do you think is bewildering? So here it says in the purport, the entire Damodar Leela is very bewildering. What do you think is bewildering in the Leela? Anybody? You can put your answers in the chat as well. No one knows. There are so many things, no, in the Leela which is bewildering for normal human beings. What is that? No one knows. The first thing is, I received the answer in the chat. One answer, correct answer. What? That is the Yashoda Mata tying the Lord up, right?